Hello everyone, this is Robin Warder, host of The Trail Went Cold. How would you like to listen to a new podcast about cases where the trail didn't go cold? There are hundreds of thousands of legal cases and litigation every year in the U.S. court system, which will never reach the media's attention, but these are not those cases. The cases on this podcast have riveted the nation and made a real-world impact on society. In Legal Wars, a new podcast from Wondery, host Hill Harper will give you behind-the-scenes access into some of the most famous cases to ever grace America's courtrooms. You'll hear about influential cases that provoked worldwide attention, such as the Rodney King trial that sparked riots in Los Angeles, Anna Nicole Smith's battle for her inheritance, and the takedown of gossip site Gawker. I have to confess that I am a lifelong professional wrestling fan who was a Hulkamaniac during my childhood, but I never would have guessed that Hulk Hogan would be part of one of the biggest court cases of the modern era. What you're about to hear is a preview of Legal Wars, in which you'll meet host Hill Harper and hear the start of the aforementioned case involving the Hulkster, which went on to become the biggest, most expensive celebrity sex tape scandal to see the inside of a courtroom and has become a symbol of press freedom. And while you're listening, go subscribe to Legal Wars on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening now. It's a really fun show that you're going to love. Have a listen.
This episode contains scenes of a sexual nature.
In the middle of a candlelit bedroom is a large four-poster bed. There are two people on the bed, a man and a woman. The woman is naked. The man is not her husband, but her husband is in the other room. He calls into the man and woman, "All right, listen, you guys, do your thing. I'll be in the office if you need me," and shuts the door. "We just did it earlier today." "Who, you and Bubba?" The man is in his 50s and is in good shape. He strips down. Even in the dim light of the bedroom, his white tan lines shine out. Phone rings. The man checks the caller ID. He hits ignore, puts his phone back on the desk, and turns back to the woman on the bed. AJ Delario stares at a freeze frame on his computer screen. A broad grin spreads over his face. He laughs. Sometimes life is just too good. Delario is the editor-in-chief of Gawker.com, and he just got quite a scoop in the mail, anonymously. The full, unedited version of the rumored Hulk Hogan sex tape that's been in the news for months. Now, he's staring at a frozen image of Hulk Hogan's manhood. It's the best gift a reporter like Delario could ever hope for. After all, AJ's claim to fame up until now is being the one to publish star pics of quarterback Brett Favre's penis on Gawker's sports gossip site, Deadspin. AJ picks up the phone to call his editor. "It's AJ, I got something. I need an edit ASAP. What is it?" "You'll see. It's about 30 minutes, but I'm looking for just the highlights. Maybe a minute or two tops." "Dude, what is it?" It's the Hulk Hogan sex tape." On October 4th, 2012, AJ Delario publishes his post on Gawker.com. "Even for a minute, watching Hulk Hogan have sex in a canopy bed is not safe for work. But watch it anyway." An excerpt from the tape, with a running time of 1 minute 41 seconds, is accompanied by Delario's thoughtful musings on the banality of celebrity sex. Her fellatio is successful, and Hulkamania is about to run wild on her. But then his cell phone rings. He checks it because he thinks it might be his son, Nick. The ringtone on Hulk Hogan's phone is a song by his daughter, Brooke Hogan, called "About Us," featuring Paul Wall. He is a proud father. The post gets 7 million views, a success by any metric. This is what Gawker does. This is what AJ Delario does. But this post is different. This post will threaten Gawker's very existence. From Wondery, I'm Hill Harper, and this is Legal Wars. Most people know me as an actor or best-selling author, but I'm also a Harvard Law School graduate, and interesting legal cases have always fascinated me. Each week on Legal Wars, we'll bring you one of the many influential cases that have riveted the nation over the years. We'll take you inside the courtroom drama, meet the larger-than-life characters, and look at the real-world impact these cases had on our society. We'll dive into cases as different from one another as the World Trade Center insurance case, Anna Nicole Smith's battle for her inheritance, and the Rodney King trial that set off the LA riots. One of the first things I learned in law school was that a lot of the time it's not really the law that leads to one side or another winning. Oftentimes it's the arguments, the location, and stuff going on outside the courtroom. Today, we're starting with a 3-episode series on the grudge match between the world's most famous wrestler and New York's most infamous gossip blog, Hulk Hogan versus Gawker Media. On the surface, it's a story with all the makings of a bad movie plot gone wrong. A sex tape, a best friend's wife, a gossip reporter, and a third act that would shock the legal world. Except this story, it's all true. But this is more than just a fight over a sex tape. It's a fight over the First Amendment itself. This is episode 1. Yeah, brother. It's October 15th, 2012 in Tampa, Florida. Just another day at the United States Courthouse. Palm trees sway in the hot summer breeze. Nearby strip clubs about to open their doors for the lunchtime crowd. But today, a crowd of reporters has gathered together to cover a press conference, one that promises the kinds of juicy headlines that lead local news. A trio of men emerge from a car. 2 are in suits, and one, well, he doesn't look like anyone else in the crowd, or pretty much anyone in any crowd. He's 6'7", 300 pounds, and sports a black bandana, mirrored Oakleys, and a platinum blonde handlebar mustache that gives him a perpetual frown. His biceps strain through the seams of his black t-shirt. It's Hulk Hogan, the Hulk, the Hulkster, reality TV star, and WWF World Champion wrestler. The Hulk stands silently behind the 2 suits, his attorneys. One of the attorneys, Charles Harder, steps up to the mic. His voice is thin and reedy and filled with confidence. Hulk Hogan filed 2 lawsuits today in Tampa, Florida. The first lawsuit was filed in the Florida State Court. It was filed against Heather Clem and her ex-husband, Todd Allen Clem, also known as Bubba the Love Sponge. To the reporter's credit, no one titters hearing the name Bubba the Love Sponge read in a serious tone by a lawyer in a designer suit. The allegations in that lawsuit state that approximately 6 years ago, the Clems secretly videotaped Hogan having private, consensual, intimate relations in a private bedroom. Mr. Hogan had no knowledge that he was being videotaped. He did not consent to the taping because he didn't know about it, and he would never have permitted it. But it's the second lawsuit that will grab the headlines that day. Was filed against Gawker Media and its related entities and individuals. It alleges the defendants posted excerpts at the video site of their website, Gawker.com, for the purpose of obtaining financial profit at the expense of Mr. Hogan and in violation of his rights of privacy. They're seeking damages to the tune of $100 million. But the reporters want to hear from the man himself.
Hulk,
Mr. Hogan,
can you make
said
a comment
you
at
didn't
all?
know you were
No
being
further
filmed.
comments. Please respect the man's privacy. Thank you.
Hogan shuffles away with his entourage, flanked by the 2 lawyers. The journalists will have to wait. Hulk Hogan is not the first celebrity to sue over a leaked sex tape, but his suit against Gawker will be the biggest, most expensive celebrity sex tape case to see the inside of a courtroom. That was just a preview of Legal Wars. To hear the rest of this episode, Subscribe to Legal Wars on Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, or find a link in the episode notes.